far as scholarship opportunities and financial assistance, what are the main differences between Division I, Division II, and Division III?
Division I and Division II have all the money. That's kind of the big difference. But Division I has some unique rules. They actually have 11.7 full scholarships to work with. That's if they're fully funded. I would say probably about 60% of Division I schools are fully funded. But then again, you still have your mid-major programs that may have 10 scholarships, maybe 8, maybe 5. But Division I does have considerable amount more money than most do. Division II has a max of 9 scholarships. So you're with a little bit less money, and that's if they're fully funded as well. Some schools don't have 9, and so but again, those two levels get to kind of divvy up baseball-specific scholarships. Division III, we do not have athletic scholarships. So what we try to do as a school, but also as a division, is we do a great job of giving good academic packages. We recognize that because you don't have, I can't throw a couple $1,000s from a baseball end, we have to make up for that from academic scholarship end. And Spalding does a very good job of being competitive, staying, if we recruit a fringy Division I or Division II player, our scholarship offers are going to be considerable, even with their baseball money included. So that helps us from our coaching end. But those are your main differences. From a level and being at each level, I've coached at every single level. There are Division I programs that would, and I even played against some that have a tough time beating Division II schools. There's Division III programs that could walk into some mid-major Division I's and run them off the field. And I think understand that most kids want to play Division I because when you walk into all sports in the mall and you look at the wall of sweatshirts, it's all Division I. It's all we know. There's not too many kids that wake up every day and just shout I really want to play at Spalding University.
Right.
It just doesn't in that, but we understand that. But I think researching each school, figuring out in essence what your right fit is, because I wanted to play at LSU when I was a kid, but it wasn't my right fit. I played Division II baseball, so I think recognizing that it's about the fit, not the level, I think is probably the first step.
And I've kind of noticed when looking at rosters, trying to get familiar and know different players on different teams, there's a little bit of settling in that generally goes on the first 2 years. Everybody does have their eye on the pie in the sky. They want to play Division I, but if you start looking at Division II rosters, you'll see Division I transfers. You'll see junior college transfers. It's not that you can't play at that level you wanted to play at, but maybe the fit wasn't right. Your opportunity wasn't there. So it seems to be a lot of shaking, settling out that goes on the first couple of years.
And you'll see that with our roster. We have a couple Division I transfers, a couple Division II transfers, and some junior college kids for a reason. I always tell guys, I want you to go pursue that. If that's what you really want, and that strokes your ego maybe a little bit, and you want to do that, go do it. But at the same time, when you're not playing and you're unhappy, or maybe you're not winning, maybe a place like this, it would be a good fit for you. I think exactly that. Those schools, Division II, Division III, kind of get to flourish a little bit off those Division I kids because they go with the expectation of this is some grand thing that I thought of, and you find it's just baseball. And I think more opportunities to transfer down to a Division II, Division III, create some playing time, especially early in a career. If you're a best player, man, we're not going to keep you off the field. That's no different than our program than any other program.
How important are academics to the student athlete?
Huge. Our program, it bleeds into everything. I think you can't be a great baseball player and a bad student. I don't think it works that way. I think if you're a unorganized, sloppy person in life, that's going to translate to baseball. So for our guys, it's kind of an awareness that everything matters. We talk about being a champion in everything we do. When you walk across campus like a champion. When you sit in class, and we make our guys sit in the first 3 rows of class, we don't wear hats inside buildings. We actually have tried to force our guys to get up and shower every day, comb your hair, look the part. We don't walk into class with bedhead, and we just don't do that. We don't believe in that. And our guys have really taken to that and really, I think, have seen that it does matter. I mean, our team GPA after our first 6 weeks was a 3.3. I've made a very pronounced statement to our athletic director. Our team will boast the highest male team GPA in the whole athletic department. And we were off to a really good start in the first 6 weeks. So for our guys, we don't accept C's. To us, C's are average. We go for A's and B's. And to me, I think it's recognizing that the commitment level in the classroom is going to be a direct translation to your commitment level in baseball. And our guys are really taking to that.
And again, that goes to what you said earlier, the kind of guys that you recruit.
Absolutely, 100%.
At what point in a high school player's career should they begin the recruiting process? And is it okay for athletes to reach out to colleges and universities?
Obviously, different per each level. I think in terms of timeline, it's never too early. The thing they got to understand is most schools, and obviously your top level Division I's, are actually recruiting 2 to 3 classes ahead. Their majority of their 13 classes wrapped up. I would say 95% of their 13 classes wrapped up, and they've actually got probably most of the top ones have about 80% of their 14 class done. So they're looking at freshmen and sophomores right now to kind of highlight and spotlight those kids that they may make offers to. But for the most part, the majority of colleges are year to year. We're still pursuing seniors right now, and we will till August. But I think it's never too early. I think as a freshman and a sophomore, you need to go be exposed. You need to go to a camp. You need to go to a showcase. You need to understand what that arena feels like and what it looks like. But I think as a junior is when you really need to start settling into, okay, my high school career is getting ready to wind down. I'm on the tail end here. What do I really want out of a college experience? Am I a big school, small school guy? Does it matter student to teacher ratio? What about the baseball program? Is the weather a fit? Is location, does that matter? I think starting that as a junior is probably your best start. But again, some guys start their senior year, and it's just the way they're mentally programmed, and that's fine too. In terms of contact, I definitely think emails and videos are the way to go. You got to have a video. Recruiting budgets are not huge, so for us to follow up on every single email or every single phone call is not realistic. I think sending a video to a coach is the best way to go about it. Showing up to their camp or showcase, being seen in front of their staff is another great way to do it. But I think emails and phone calls are a great way. And I always tell kids you got to be aggressive in this recruiting process. You can't sit on your hands and hope that somebody shows up to your high school. You have to be aggressive and make sure that coach knows who you are. And you may hear the word no. And that's like anything in life. It's the beauty of dating. You're going to hear no. Well, she wasn't the right fit anyway. Right. Well, then, and same thing in college recruiting. You're going to hear no a couple times, but that's only going to eliminate them from your list. Now you can pursue the ones that may say yes.
You have a reputation as a tenacious recruiter. I know you look at a lot of players. In your mind, what separates one player from another?
To me, it kind of starts with makeup. I love to evaluate baseball skills, and I think all that stuff matters. But man, you can really separate 2 players of equal talent if you really evaluate who that kid is. And I really learned that at the University of Kentucky. They're at a very high level, and Coach Bohannon does a great job recruiting. And that's one of his main things is really evaluate the makeup of your kid. Because at the end of the day, I can teach a kid how to bunt, I can teach him how to swing the bat. But man, at the end of the day, his mentality is what's going to carry him through in the moment, not the mechanics. So making sure that the makeup of your kid that you bring into your program fits with who you are as a coach and who your team is. And again, as a coach, you just got to have a pulse on the identity of your club. I think, for us, it doesn't do me good to bring in a kid that's a question mark character-wise. He won't fit in. My guys will root him out, and they'll get him out of our locker room. So it starts with makeup. Little things, and I'm pretty old school 1950s with this, but firm handshakes and eye contact. That's as basic as it gets, and that's most baseball coaches would tell you that. You got to look me in the eye. You got to shake my hand. You got to announce your presence with authority. That's makeup to me. Watching a kid play is not about showing up and him hitting 2 doubles or pitching a complete game. That factors in, but it's more of how he goes about his business, how he warms up. What is his presence in the dugout? Is he picking up younger players? Does he have instincts? Is he great at ball and dirt reads? Does he bring an element of being a headsy ball player? And that's makeup as well. And so I think you start there. Then obviously baseball talent. You've got to evaluate the player itself. I think at our level, most coaches would say, find a guy with one tool. And I just don't believe that. I think we can recruit that fringy Division I, Division II type kid that maybe has 2 or 3 tools that can bring something to our program and not just be a great runner and you worry about him picking up a baseball. I want a kid that can do a little bit of everything. So I think starting there, getting to know kids is it's about relationships. And that's what I'll leave you with is the recruiting end is about relationships. If feel a connection with the kid and his family, and that kid feels it with our staff and our players, then that's a real connection. That's something that obviously we pride ourselves on as a recruiter is you have to develop a relationship with the kid. He has to feel drawn to come play for you, not it's just one of my options and I'll choose to go here.
And last question, if a player is interested in Spalding University, what should their first step be?
Reach out to me, send me an email, shoot me a phone call. My players know my phone's on about 18 hours out of the day. So I'll answer a text, I'll answer a phone call. It's a great thing about Division III. We can text with guys. I know that's part of the new age line of communication. But reach out to me, definitely. I need an email, a phone call, video, something that can let me kind of evaluate your baseball skills. And if I think they're a fit, I'll kind of pursue it with a phone call or a campus visit. And I definitely want guys to be interested in our program. I think what we're doing here is very unique, especially at the Division III level. I think, again, the things we talk about, our expectation level, but also our ability to recruit top-level high school talent, I think is going to be unique to us, and especially in this area. We don't have to open our arms and take everybody. We can actually be very selective with who enters our program. And the kids that do will be very blessed to be and fortunate to be part of what we're doing here.
What's that email address?
Sheets at spalding.edu, SHEETS at spalding.edu.